an $800 payment, and how this relates to Social Security, including retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, spousal, and Medicare beneficiaries. I want to share with you exactly what lawmakers introduced recently and how this directly pertains to the millions of beneficiaries in regards to a one-off $800 payment. Now, recently we've seen all kinds of data coming out of lawmakers, and there's also been statements out of Democrats specifically saying we need to introduce and do something bold. Have you seen this out there? So lawmakers coming together suggesting Democrats really need a win right now and they need to do something big and very, very bold. Now, I want to make it very clear, this is not a political video in any way, shape, or form. I'm not here to support anyone. I'm not here to bash anybody, but rather I'm here to give you the facts as far as what's going on. So it might sound like, oh, he's taking a side. No, I'm really not whatsoever, but rather I'm here to give you the information as far as what's going on. Anyway, so we've seen all kinds of bills, packages, and proposals recently this year being introduced by lawmakers, a ton of them. I've been talking about some of them in previous videos. However, considering Democrats are coming together saying, we need something bold, we need to do something to get the attention of the people, right? They're feeling like, we got to do something. Well, lawmakers in the House and in the Senate came together and they are reintroducing Medicare for all. Well, I'm going to be fair with you. That's a big one, and that's very, very bold. The reason being is they basically want to do away with all healthcare providers and basically replace it, like we see in other countries out there, with one payer, one healthcare payer. That's it. Medicare. Medicare for everybody, right? Now, do you think that's a bold approach? 100% it is. That's a very bold approach. Reason being is that would take, number one, a lot of time. Number two, a lot of money. In fact, the numbers that I've seen out there are in the trillions, not like 1 trillion, but like 10 to 15 to 18 trillion dollars to get this pulled off. It's a lot of money, right? That's a lot of money. Obviously, that'd be spread out over many years, but we're talking like a lot of trillions of dollars to get this whole thing pulled off. But this is what they want to do, okay? Now, what else is interesting about this? Okay, I'm going to be fair with you. This is not the first time they've talked about and introduced this whole Medicare for all. They've talked about it many times. In fact, pretty much every year they come out in the Senate and in the House, and they come out and they reintroduce the Medicare for all push, right? And again, they know just as well as we do, if you do something long enough, if you do something enough times, eventually you're probably going to get it eventually at some point. Now, I don't think we're getting Medicare for all anytime soon, but you got to start somewhere, right? But anyway, so here's what's interesting about this. Okay, so like I think it was last year or maybe the year before. It was one of the years. It was in the last like 2 years or so. They came out and they said Medicare for all, and then they realized, oh, that's not happening anytime soon, which we recognize it's not, but who knows? Maybe in the next 10, 15, 20 years, maybe it'll happen. I don't know. But then they came back and they basically backpedaled it a little bit. And they're like, hey, if we can't get Medicare for all, let's get Medicare Expansion, right? To include hearing, dental, and vision. Okay, you've heard me talk about this before in other videos, right? This is a whole thing about Bernie Sanders. He's like the main person behind all this. Obviously, there's others as well. But this is like Bernie Sanders' big thing, which, by the way, super quick side note here. See this phone number right here? Hey, if you need any help with Medicare right now, this by far is your best resource going forward. I am very, very confident. I authentically believe right here, this phone number right here is by far your best resource going forward. So if you need any help with your Medicare, call them. It's a team of trusted advisors. They're waiting on standby to help you right here, right now. It is totally free. They will help you. And they have access to over 20,000 plans across the country. And again, whether it's pertaining to initial enrollment into Medicare, Medicare supplements, Medigap plans, Part D plans, Medicare Advantage, they've got it all, and they can help you find the best plan at the best price with the best coverages. And again, for you and your personal needs, they're not going to get you some random plan. They're going to help you get the right plan, which, by the way, think how nice it would feel to finally have the right plan rather than just some random plan. Anyway, here you go. Phone number right here. Again, it's totally free. That's your exclusive phone number for all of you here in this community. Call them. They're waiting to help you right now. And again, you'll be massively surprised with how incredibly knowledgeable and professional they are. They've helped a ton of you. Thousands of you here in this community have already called and helped, received help from them. It's incredible. I've seen the numbers out there. yeah, a lot of you getting a ton of help. Anyway, write the phone number down, take a picture, take a screenshot, and there you go. Okay, anyway, so Medicare Expansion is their second option, okay? So number one would be they want Medicare for all. It's not happening anytime soon. So their backup plan is Medicare Expansion to include hearing, dental, and vision, right? So that's kind of their backup on this. But they also recognize another thing. Dental coverage is massively confusing. It's confusing, number one, but it's also massively expensive. Have you been to the dentist at all lately? I have. I was just recently at the dentist. It's so expensive, right? Just to get a simple cleaning and exam from the dentist is like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars for that. It's like not a pleasant experience, right? Yeah, just what I want to do. Spend $400 to have somebody scrape on my teeth and for a dentist to walk in for like 13 seconds and look in my mouth and be like, yeah, you're good. You're good. Really? All that for $400? I don't know. I'm not too excited about that, but that's like literally what it is. That's literally my experience from like not that long ago. Anyway, okay. My point being is dental coverage is massively expensive. Dental is so expensive, and it's unfortunately getting even worse. The point being is that they've made some concessions on this, and they've said previously is that, hey, okay, if we can't get Medicare Expansion to include hearing, dental, and vision, which, by the way, there's a standalone bill that Bernie Sanders introduced earlier this year. What is the name of it? It was something like, I'm trying to think of the name. It was like Dental, Vision, and Hearing Act of 2025. It was something along those lines. I had a video talking about it earlier this year. You can find it if you want. Otherwise, just look it up. But it's something along the lines of like Dental, Vision, and Hearing Act of 2025. I don't know. It's something like that. But anyway, my point being is that the concessions that they previously had would be, okay, we can expand Medicare, but it's going to be too expensive to include dental coverages into the Medicare Expansion. Got it. 10-4, we all understand, right? 10-4 rubber ducky, we get it. Okay, right? But then the situation being is that they came back with a concession and said, okay, if we can't include dental coverages, maybe we should offer all Medicare beneficiaries a one-off $800 payment that could be used for dental coverages as a concession of removing dental from Medicare Expansion. That's where this whole thing is coming in, right? So point being is that considering they're talking about Medicare for all, we know that Bernie Sanders has the legislation out there to expand Medicare to cover hearing, dental, and vision. And again, in the legislation I just talked about a second ago. And I think that's the name. It's something along those lines. I think I'm off a little bit on the name of it there, but it's something like Dental, Vision, and Hearing Act, something along those lines. Anyway, so the point being is that the concession they previously had was offering all nearly 70 million Medicare beneficiaries a one-off $800 prepaid card to basically use that on dental expenditures, in basically as a concession of not having dental being covered by Medicare. Okay. Now, what's interesting about this is that they've had no way to track that $800 to see, is it really being spent on dental? That was the whole purpose of it, to say, well, we want this to be spent on dental. Okay, but how are you going to track it? How do you know that somebody's not out buying food or filling up their car with gas or buying clothes or whatever else? They wouldn't know, because the one way that they wanted to do it is what they introduced was a $800 prepaid card, just like a debit card. How do they know? They don't know, right? Well, at least based on at the time, they wouldn't know that, right? So that was one option. And then the other option would be is that maybe they just offer a one-off $800 check or deposit or payment, and then basically say, we trust the people that receive this, and we trust that it's going to be used for dental coverages. Okay, that's another option as well. So interesting concepts here, and this is something that's out there, and wouldn't be shocked at all when they come back and they start talking about this whole Medicare for all as they recently introduced, and the Medicare expansion, all things like this. They're going to realize, oh, look, dental coverages are still too expensive to be covered by Medicare. Medicare would be bankrupt in no time at all. In fact, it already is getting close to that, just based on, the money that they have coming in and the money that's going out. Not a good situation for Medicare, right? We've talked about that before in other videos as well. And that's the situation that we're in right now. So let me keep you posted on all this, of course, as always, but this is kind of where we're at right now. So as they continue to explore these ideas of expanding Medicare and Medicare for all and all these ideas like this, it's good, but they also have to look at the big picture here, which is it feasible with how much this stuff actually costs these days? Prices have gone up massively, especially on medical expenditures, a lot. So anyway, this is what it comes down to. And again, if you need any help with your Medicare, right here, this is the team of trusted advisors right here. You can give them a call. They're waiting on standby to help you with your Medicare. Again, initial enrollment in Medicare, if you're turning 65 or if you're retiring, this by far, please give them a call. If that's your situation, you'll save yourself a huge headache and a ton of confusion by calling them. They will do all the work on your behalf. Otherwise, if you need help with your Medicare, again, supplements, Medigap plans, Medicare Part D plans, Medicare Advantage, whatever it happens to be, they have access to all of it. Over 20,000 plans. And again, they'll help you find the best plan for your personal situation. So you can see the doctors you want to see, the providers you want to go to, the networks you want to be within, the offices, the clinics you want to go to, the prescription needs if you have any at all. They're looking through all of that and find you the best coverages. And it's totally free for them to do that. Please, let somebody else do all the work for you. Please don't try to hack this out yourself. You can, if you want to, by all means, go for it. If you want to do it yourself, by all means, go for that. No problem whatsoever. But I'm not sure about you, but if I can have somebody work for me to help me out for free, to help save me a bunch of money and give me better coverages, I'm jumping on all that. I'm jumping on that all day, all night, because that's super awesome. I love free stuff. I love getting assistance, and that's just a really cool thing. Anyway, make sure to give them a call. So write the phone number down, take a picture, take a screenshot, whatever you got to do, and they will help you out in a huge way. Otherwise, who do you know? I know you know a few people. Who do you know that also needs that assistance? Friends, family members, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, coworkers, parents, neighbors down the street, neighbors down the hall, whoever you know, they probably need some of that assistance. Please share this phone number as well with them, and you'll be a huge hero when they call. They save a ton of money. They save themselves a huge headache and a bunch of confusion. You'll be that huge hero that they can come back to, and then you get all the praise and all the credit for it. Otherwise, if you're new here, if you've not done so, please consider subscribing. 100% free to do so. Big subscribe button down below. Share the video. Big share button right down below as well. Otherwise, check out the other 5,000 plus videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos down below in the description I've hand selected for you. Otherwise, popping up on your screen here in just a minute. You'll see some videos there. Check those out. Otherwise, until next time, have a nice day. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you again later in the next video.